In 2025, Calgary, Alberta went from a pretty appealing book shopping destination for tourists to what I consider to be Canada's #1 book shopping city. How exactly did this happen over the past year? What were the factors involved in taking Calgary from a player to pretty much top of the heap? Well, there are a few things, including new specialty stores, year-round events and programs, and a very educated and diverse readership that supports these businesses and organizations. Calgary's oldest continuously operating new stock bookstore, Owl's Nest Books, is actually celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. And Calgary's newest bookstore just opened in late November 2025. I was able to take a peek at this new spooky shop before the snow and cold temperatures really hit and see what they have to offer. Nocturne Books was buzzing on its preview day. Husband and wife team Scott and Allison, the owners, welcomed friends, family, and curious people like me into this perfectly decorated space. Nocturne specializes in horror books and offers new releases, bargain books, and a young readers section. I think it's perfect to visit year-round, since even at Christmas, there are known to be ghosts. Calgary's second oldest new stock independent bookstore is Pages Books on Kensington, fittingly located on Kensington Road, which has been there for 32 years. Previously, the space in Hillhurst was a public library, so there's definitely a book energy to this charming multi-story building. Calgary's established independent bookstores are mostly noted for their locations. They tend to attract more of a neighborhood crowd, although they can represent a destination for people coming in from the suburbs and further away, even other parts of the province, and of course tourists from around the world. But there's a new wave that really kicked off with Slow Burn Books, opening in 2023. Slow Burn represents a shift towards genre-based retailers. Slow Burn focuses on romance, as you might tell from the cheeky title. The store opened its new, bigger location recently, steps away from its original base in Marda Loop. The owners, Shannon and Nicola, who are sisters, understand that building a customer base in 2025 means creating communities. They do this through book club meetups, launch events, and author talks and signings. Plus, you'll always get a personal, informed recommendation on the titles. It's clear that here, people don't want to just come in, pay for a book, and go. They want to feel like they're part of something. 2 years later, this current year, Slow Burn has been joined by Untitled Books and Nocturne, as well as a second romance den, Forbidden Library. These stores accompany some older specialty retailers that might not specialize specifically in books, but have a healthy book selection for specific audiences. These include the Sentry Box, which has new stock and secondhand science fiction and fantasy, as well as many game rule books, and Rite of Ritual, which is a witchy new age metaphysical store. Bookstores.ca also mentions a couple cookbook stores, a camera store, so pretty much any store that has a selection of books related to a specific topic. Essentially, Canada only has one bookstore chain. Sometimes they seem like they're more dedicated to pillows and candles. Not that whomst among us doesn't need more or want more pillows and candles. The guilty is charged. Plus, of course, there's Amazon, there's Walmart carries some books, even Shoppers Drug Mart has a few new bestsellers. With big box stores and online dominating the last couple of decades, there's definitely an audience and a yearning, I would say, to use another romance trope. The people yearn to embrace communities and embrace physical spaces. Slow Burn boasts being the first brick and mortar romance bookstore in Canada and has about half a dozen, let's say, folks who have been inspired by this model operating in cities across Canada. Calgary also has the right mix of a fairly affluent, educated population that can not only support dozens of independent bookstores, big box chain stores, book events, mostly hosted by the nonprofit Wordfest, and several large-scale charity sales. Last summer, 2024, I visited Edinburgh, Scotland for the first time. As a reader and collector of many books, I was looking forward to Edinburgh, a world-famous book city. I wasn't exactly disappointed, but I definitely had that there's no place like home feeling, because Edinburgh has a lot of more traditional bookstores. It has a lot of larger bookstores, including the large flagship Waterstones, which is a chain store, and dozens of other bookstores that have stood the test of time. But in terms of innovation, maybe Calgary just has it. Maybe it's just not a cliche, but people are coming up with new business ideas that are, I'd frankly say, copied and imitated, in sincerest form of flattery, of course, and also have been inspired by other Canadian cities, such as Nocturne, which is inspired by Little Ghosts books, as well as Slowbird. This past year, I've made a specific effort to visit other Canadian cities, Canada's major cities by population, just as an adult, because experiencing travel as a solo adult with free time is different than going on a family trip or a work trip or a school trip, of course. So I just wanted to check things out on my own terms. And of course, my terms always include book shopping. And yeah, I gotta say, I mean, there's some very nice, more traditional retailers across the country. There's some new players. There's also bookstores, like I mentioned, Little Ghosts, that have inspired Calgary's bookstores. But I think I have to say, it's in a pretty non-biased way, Calgary seems to be both punching above its weight and leading the pack. So thanks for joining me in a little bit of civic boosterism. You know, it's deserved sometimes. And of course, I have many links below to these retailers if you want to check them out if you're in the area, or maybe you're planning a trip to Calgary in 2026. It's a nice relief from the Calgary Stampede if it's too hot and crowded to visit a beautiful bookshop, or maybe you're here for the winter before you depart for the ski hills of the mountains. Again, maybe check out a few retailers. The map that I've linked below, both the PDF and Google map, provided by Owl's Nest Books, definitely a solid member of the community and supporter for all the retailers. They're all in it together. It's a healthy competition, but it's definitely a group effort to support independent businesses and keep readers active and engaged and informed, especially in these challenging times. Since this video is appearing on Christmas Eve, happy holidays and New Year as well. Enjoy and take care, everybody.